now in session with our announcement docket on today's date of August 31st of 2022. First case is cause number 329-841 in case of style of state of Texas versus Sean Patrick Litzer Sr. Mr. Melitzer, is that your full name?
Yes, sir.
How you doing, Mr. Melitzer?
Well, how are you?
I'm doing fine, thanks for asking. And Mr. Melissa, you're represented in this case by your attorney Joy Cantu.
That's great.
Is that correct? Mr. Cantu, how are you doing?
I'm doing well. Tell yourself.
I'm doing fine, thanks for asking. State is represented in this case by attorney Raymond Shearer. Attorney Shearer, how are you doing?
Doing good, Your Honor.
Mr. Cantu, what is your announcement in Mr. Melissa's case?
Your Honor, I did receive an offer from Mr. Johnson a few days ago, just for the court's information. I'm going to be leaving Dunham and Jones Law Firm next week. So Mr. Melitzer will have different counsel with the firm. I would request a reset or an additional announcement for about 60 days to allow new counsel to get up to speed.
Okay.
My file is pretty detailed, but I would request that. And I also had an additional inquiry of the court regarding payment of the mandatory fine and surcharge for a DWI conviction. I think Mr. Melitzer, there may have been a prior plea agreement that might have been rejected, or some issues regarding the payment of the $4,000 surcharge. So I just don't know if the court or if anybody has an idea on how that would be paid. I understand with prior counsel that was an issue on trying to get that paid to the relevant, I guess, departments. Is there any word on that or any information?
I mean, right now, what we're gonna know, you say he's gonna have a different attorney?
He is, Judge. So I'm leaving the firm next week, so new counsel will be assigned there with the firm.
Okay,
Again, I have.
well, I mean, part of that is I guess, part of the offer. The court does not get involved in the any plea bargain agreements or offers that's made. I guess next counsel who will be taking the case will probably be able to discuss that with the prosecutor who's on the case.
I understand, Judge. My understanding was there was some, I guess, issues with that. Some parties didn't know how it was to be paid. I thought the court might maybe have additional information, but that's fine, Judge. If the court go ahead and just give us that reset.
Okay.
Months out to allow that to happen.
Now, let's see. Okay, so this would be like his third attorney or something like that? Because it was one guy before you
That's
at
correct.
least, okay. Okay, yeah, so you need about 60 days?
That would be our request. Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, give us a 60-day reset.
November 7th.
Well, let me ask you here, Mr. Shearer, do you have any objections to this case being reset for 60 days?
No, Your Honor, I understand the circumstances because nobody can understand personnel issues better than I.
Oh, okay, give us a
November 7th.
November 7th, okay. Mr. Melissa, this case is going to be reset till November 7th of 2022. Your attorney, Attorney Cantu, is going to sign for your reset. Once you get your reset from your attorney, you'll be free to go. Mr. Cantu, you should stand in front of our court coordinator over there and you'll sign on the pad.
Okay.
And for the reset.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Okay,
Thanks, sir.
all right, you're welcome. Next case is cause number 331-948, case of style of state of Texas versus, is that Casey Dalton Wayne Odom?
That's correct, Your Honor.
Mr. Odom, is that your full name?
Yes.
How you doing, Mr. Odom? I'm doing fine, thanks for asking. Mr. Odom, you're here with your attorney Joy Cantu. Attorney Cantu, what is your announcement in Mr. Odom's case?
Your Honor, likewise, we did receive an offer yesterday from Mr. Johnson. Again, due to my leaving the firm, I'd asked the court to postpone this for 60 days. If we could set this on November the 7th as well, please.
Okay.
State does not object.
No objections from state? Okay. This case will be reset to November 7th. Mr. Odom, your attorney is going to sign for your reset. Once you get your reset from your attorney, you'll be free to go and you have a blessed day. And I thank Mr. Cantu. This is your last reset,
It is.
last case. So you'll be free to go as well, and you have a blessed day.
Thank you, Judge.
Okay, and good luck in your future endeavors.
I appreciate it.
All right.
Okay, go ahead.
Next case is cause number 323750, case of style of state of Texas versus Ron Omar Cooper. Mr. Bailiff, could you please get Mr. Ron Omar Cooper? This is cause number 323750, case of style of state of Texas versus Ron Omar Cooper. Mr. Cooper, is that your full name?
Yes.
Mr. Cooper, would you please raise your right hand? Mr. Cooper, do you swear or affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth so help you God?
Yes.
Mr. Cooper, you may put your hand down. How are you doing, Mr. Cooper?
Good. Good.
That's good. Mr. Cooper, you're here. Well, your attorney of record is attorney Terrence Allison. However, standing in from Mr. Allison is his associate attorney Marivius Allen. Does Mr. Allen have your permission to stand in for attorney Terrence Allison?
Yes.
Okay. And attorney Allen, how are you doing?
Good. How are you doing, Judge?
I'm doing fine. Thanks for asking. Now, Mr. Allen, do you waive a record in Mr. Cooper's case?
Yes, the defense waives the record.
Okay, Mr. Cooper, I have before me a document that is titled information. This information alleges that on or about June 28 of 2019, while you were in Jefferson County, Texas, that you committed the Class B misdemeanor offense of criminal trespassing. Do you understand what you have been charged with?
Yes.
And to this charge, Mr. Cooper, how do you plead? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest?
Guilty.
Now, you're pleading guilty freely and voluntarily?
Freely and voluntarily.
Yes. And are you pleading guilty because you are guilty?
Yes.
Mr. Cooper, I also have before me a document that is titled misdemeanor plea admonishment. It is also labeled as State's Exhibit Number 1. Do you recognize this document?
Yes.
On page 2 of this same document, there are a set of initials, R or C, that are on a line next to a box that's checked guilty. Or did you place your initials on this document? On page 3 of this same document, there's a signature above the line that is titled defendant. Is this your signature?
Yes.
And on the next document that is titled trial court certification of defendant's right of appeal, do you recognize this document?
Yes.
And is this your signature on the line above the line that's titled defendant?
Yes.
There are 2 boxes that are checked at the top of this document. The first box that's checked states that this is a plea bargain case and you have no right of appeal. Do you understand that?
Yes.
The second box that's checked states that you're waiving your right to an appeal, which means you're giving up your right to an appeal. Do you understand that?
Yes. Yes.
Okay. Now, do you have the discovery certification? Okay. Now, Mr. Cooper, I have before me a document that is titled discovery certification. Do you recognize this document? Is this your signature on the line that's titled defendant?
Yes.
Okay, now, Mr. Cooper, before you signed and initialed these documents, did your attorney, Mr. Allen, go over these documents with you?
Yes.
And did you read and understand everything in these documents?
Yes.
And is everything in these documents true and correct to the best of your knowledge?
Yes.
Mr. Cooper, are you a citizen of the United States?
Yes.
State, I have before me State's Exhibit Number 1. State, you like to offer State's 1?
Yes, Your Honor, State would.
Any objections, Mr. Allen?
No objection.
No objections. State's exhibit number 1 will be admitted. Mr. Allen, you have advised and counseled Mr. Cooper. Is there any evidence that he is currently mentally incompetent to stand trial? And Mr. Cooper, your attorney, Mr. Allen, has advised and counseled you. Are you satisfied with his representation?
Yes.
And has he provided full, effective, and competent legal representation?
Yes.
Now, Mr. Allison has also advised and counseled you. Are you satisfied with his representation?
Yes.
Has he provided full, effective, and competent legal representation?
Yes.
Mr. Cooper, I will accept your plea of guilty. I will find that you are mentally competent to stand trial. I will also find that your plea and waivers were freely and voluntarily given. And I will also find that there is sufficient evidence to find you guilty beyond a reasonable doubt. State, do we have a plea bargain agreement?
Yes, Your Honor, we do.
And what is that agreement?
Mr. Cooper is to receive 2 days in jail in which he'll have credit for time served, and the state is going to ask that the court tax and retire court costs.
Okay, Mr. Cooper, the state is offering that you serve 2 days in the Jefferson County Jail. And you will not have to serve any more time in Jefferson County Jail on this case because you will be given credit for time served.
Correct.
Now, let me actually say that the court cost in this case is $337. You have 2 days credit. Will you be able to pay $137?
Is it? Yes,
You will today?
not today, but I can.
Okay. It has to be, when can you pay it?
I don't get paid until tomorrow. They get SSI. I get SSI every month.
Okay,
I get SSI every month, so I don't get paid till tomorrow. I can make some kind of arrangement. I can pay on it. You know, I can.
I know we could allow you to pay it in installments.
Yes, installment.
I mean,
yeah.
but I mean, would you be able to pay the $130 installment?
Yeah.
I mean, at one time or not?
Not at one time, but I can, not at one time.
Yeah, it's taxing over time, but you only got 2 days, you only have 2 days credit, which it covers $200 of the 337, but it leaves a balance of 137. That's it. So, yeah.
This is regular indigents not provide.
Yeah, but I asked him the question.
He has a cash bond.
Oh, he does?
Yeah.
Oh. And so he has a cash bond, so he could pay it out the cash bond. Okay, she'll tell you what you can do. Apparently you have some money that's coming to you from the county.
Yeah.
You can go downstairs, they're gonna give you a check. And, well, how much is the cash bond?
500.
Oh, just a $500 cash bond. So you could get the 137 out of the 500, okay?
All right.
So we'll allow you to pay that today, okay?
All right.
All right, so now, Mr. Cooper, do you understand the state's offer?
Oh, yeah, yes, sir.
And do you
Yes, sir.
think that
Yes,
the
sir.
state's offer is fair and just?
Yes,
And do you accept the state's offer?
yes.
Okay, Mr. Cooper, I'll follow the plea bargain agreement that you have entered into with the state. Mr. Cooper, you're gonna stand on the X next to your attorney and follow the directions of our clerk. Once you follow the directions of our clerk, you'll be free to go and you have a blessed day. That's it. And you'll be free to go as well, Attorney Allen.
You write down? No, you have to. Yeah, just.
This is cause number 330394, case of style of state of Texas versus Joshua Aaron Burns. Mr. Burns, is that your full name? How you doing, Mr. Burns? I'm doing fine. Thanks for asking, Mr. Burns. You're here represented by your attorney, Don Boudreaux. Attorney Boudreaux, how are you doing?
Just fine, sir.
Okay, hold on a minute. Mr. Boudreaux, what is your announcement in Joshua Burns case?
Your Honor, I beg the court's indulgence. The last few days I've been in Hardin County most all of the day, and I haven't been able to catch up with either Mr. Shear or the other attorney assigned to your court. So if I could have, I'll talk to Mr. Shear with the court's permission, see if we can do something about it. He was in Galveston County for a number of days already, and that will have to be taken into consideration. So if we can't get something worked out today.
So you want me to just hold on and let y'all talk? Okay, I'll do that. Just have a seat, and we're gonna hold on this case. Okay, so Mr. Boudreaux, your reset is this case, Mr. Burns' case is gonna be reset until November 7th of 2022. Give you an estate give you an opportunity to go over the discovery as well as the offer that the state has made to you. You can stand over on the X near Mr. Shear so that you can sign for your reset. Once you get your reset, you'll be free to go and you have a blessed day.
You go ahead.